Hello, my last day on Earth friends, and welcome to our free-to-play account. I got a little bit of I'm going to call this a PSA. I'm going to hopefully not make it too much of a rant, but we're going to have some action as we go. So let's get in here. I am currently at the Hunter's Instinct event, and I have put very little time into this event this go-around. There's just not a lot here that has me entirely intrigued. I might see about getting to level 20 and purchasing a tactical backpack. Most importantly here, I'm actually kind of interested in just grabbing an equalizer if I can, maybe a flight controller. I'm not going to push here. I'm pretty far into the event here on our free-to-play account, and honestly haven't really done much of anything. I have been going ahead and gathering up our temporary samples and our abrasive for the event. And I just really quickly want to talk about my strategy here and just kind of reassure folks, if you need that reassurance. If you don't, by all means, that's fine too, that you don't have to play these events. If there's nothing intriguing here for you, or there's nothing that you're interested in, or maybe you don't have a ton of access to the materials that you need to make, for instance, these manual earth drills, by all means, feel free. Skip these events. If the reward tracks or the stores or whatever the case isn't interesting to you, don't feel the need to do them. My thought process here with a lot of this is I'm just going to I'm going to collect up. We'll very likely see this event again. And as we get more events that kind of continue to rotate through, the frequency might lessen up a little bit. But my thought process is I'm going to come to these events. I'm going to do the few little tasks that we have here because I have, at this point, resources to support making the drills, making these fishing rods, coming here to do this, again, every reset or so. And then before the event is over, I'm going to pick up a bunch of weapons and I'm going to save those. And that's not a bad thing. So I just kind of want to talk about that. As soon as we get done fishing here, I'm just going to walk through the reward track for this. I think that's one of the areas that, amongst a few things, this event has gotten better from 2 iterations ago. I think the top end reward still needs a tweak. I think it's a little hungry for fuel, which a lot of folks I think would agree, and also kind of makes it less appealing, I would say. What's also kind of interesting is the fact that we got from the Forlorn Fair update, for those that had finished it previously, it now got reset, and the rewards at each level are actually also the extractors. So I'm kind of even less inclined to do this event because I would rather just have Forlorn Fair come back around more often and get it from there. So you can have 2 of each. So like there is a purpose still of doing this, but I just haven't really felt like putting the grind in this go around on our free to play account. And so I'm skipping it. I'm actually going to end up doing the same thing with Anomaly because I don't particularly like that event. And I don't think it's worth the resources. And that ends up being a lot of the basis for progression in this game. If there is something that you need from this event or from the Anomaly event that you can get and is worthwhile to grab, by all means, get it. Spend the resources straight up. If it's a difficult thing to grab or a difficult thing to get, spend the resources to do that, right? For instance, let's say here, I don't know, maybe you need cogs to finish something. It would be worth grinding up, spending the resources to come and grab these because they're relatively rare. Now, maybe that's not the best example. Tactical backpacks, probably another good instance. If you don't have one of these, you should try. If you have the capability, get to level 20, grab yourself one. The amount that this will help you in the long term of your gameplay is measurable and it's significant. So probably worth to do that. The rest of the stuff here, probably super not worth it, right? If you can get to the inspector card, great, but level 30 isn't the most easiest thing to do. If you want to open up and get some refreshed stuff here, maybe you need the last few carbon composite, or maybe you're on the last bit of a really impactful mod and you need some factory parts. by all means, push for that stuff. Maybe you're just low on some of these resources, and level 10 is not too difficult to get to, that you want to come and spend some resources on. By all means, if these two trophy markets just don't have a whole lot for you, don't feel bad. Don't ever feel bad skipping an event. Just realize that sometimes you might be leaving some stuff that could be beneficial for you, but maybe those resources are better spent somewhere else. I see not a ton of discourse about this online. A lot of times people just say, "Hey, I don't like these events." You just don't have to play them, right? And I know that's dismissing that complaint a lot of times, because many instances it's something about the event that makes it less than fun or less than desirable. I think in this one, it's the premium piece of this reward track here that takes away a little bit of my joy from this. If you could get the additional rewards that you're seeing here from just leveling this up, even just like weapons, even some of the season experience would be really nice. I would probably make this a stronger recommendation. The fact that obviously you can't go infinite with this either is still a bit of a bummer. If they were able to ever kind of fix this a little bit, like season experience, in my opinion, should never be locked behind one of these reward tracks, right? Because you have to pay for that season pass as well to get the maximum value out of it. But throw a couple of weapons in here and a few things, because we are spending the resources. I think if that improved, be a little bit more inclined. But that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do for the anomaly season, is pretty much just bypass this stuff and collect up the resources. I'm gonna make the weapons here at some point, and yeah, kind of just go from there and see where it takes us. And then again, if it gets improved, if it gets rehashed, we've seen this happen a few times with some other events. If any iteration in the future, then I'll be well stockpiled on weapons and good to go. So I just want to talk about that for a few minutes here. I want to do one other thing with you, because I'm interested. I unfortunately did lose out on my raid streak. I actually had a pretty good raid streak going. I got up to 4 skulls, which was really, really nice. Unfortunately, I could not, in about 2 days or so, I could not get a revenge raid. Just would not happen for me. And I think I was at 3 skulls at the point. Just could not get one. And it was a little frustrating, because I've gotten Kill the Blind one 3 raid tasks in a row, which, if you're not familiar with that, is very, very difficult to achieve if you can't reset that location. So that kind of just put me behind the 8 ball a bit. Without those revenge raids, soak up some time. I unfortunately lost my skulls. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to raid this base, and we're going to see if we can get our raid streak back up and running. Do a little research. Be right back. All right, unfortunately, this isn't the best of bases, but that's okay. Good way to get it started. No C4 required for this. We have just a few things that we're going to open up here. And I think if we chop this level 2 wall down, we'll have a little bit of protection here. So that's not too bad. We got a handful of chests that we can open up. So we'll 3-chop everything here. Should just be a lot of basic resources. We should also be able to open up everything, which is never bad. And yeah, we'll get a raid streak up and going. I've got a lot of locations reset, so I am ready to be able to tackle that as well. I think I have some bunker alpha tasks still to do for the season. I'm going to focus on, I am hoping this go around we'll get some floor clearances or some turrets or something that we can make some use of. So let's go ahead and start cracking some stuff. This is pretty good. Again, basic resources here, never bad for me. Don't mind that at all. Take a good chunk of that. I guess I should do the stuff outside here first. Got some zombs. Our doggos are fed up and ready to go. Helping us out here. Gonna use some basic weapons. I think this armor should hopefully hold as well. Keep an eye on our health. Yeah, I am hoping to get into just a good, consistent raid streak. It's, you know, we think about the, like, daily tasks that we have to complete for the different regions, and that stuff is fine. I think those get a little grindy. One thing I don't mind in the slightest, actually, is knocking out tasks for raids. So I'm sure there are quite a few folks that are with me for that. Oh, and I think we got our next set. Look at this. If you need tires, you need ATV wheels. This is your base. All right, next set here, and we probably should drop some stuff off to the doggo. Oh, we are armorless here, so let's back off really fast. And I think, which one? Oh, it was one of these external ones. So what we can do is we can have the doggo help us out here. We can also soak up, basically just not get attacked by everything all at once. Take these down. So my armor did not hold. There's a little lower durability than I anticipated, I guess. But I'm not really getting hit much here, which is nice. But let's go in. Let's grab this. This just gives us a little bit extra protection. No boots, of course, though, so I'm a little slow. Doggo here, why don't you just take all these wheels? Good to grab, good to break down. Let's see what else the space has for us. Fine to fill up, I guess, all of that for the time being. And I guess I could... Not too inclined to take those torches, not like those are hard to make, but might as well get everything filled. And then we shall see. Crack this, what do we got? Basic resources, mostly. Anything else here I wanted? No, not particularly. Again, not the best of bases, but that's okay. Some coops, bit of fuel. It's not bad. That's not bad at all. I usually take these. I don't know that I care about that. I guess I could take the water. Don't really want to fight. Guess I could take some of that. I don't particularly want to fight. Oh, you know what would be better maybe than some of these saw blade maces. You can always break these down. We need to. I don't really want to fight anything else. But I'm kind of curious to see what happens when we break this open. Is there anything in here? No, there's not. All right, we're out of here. Not a great base. I think I have like a melee slot and some other stuff, but not a ton to get too excited about there. But let's finish this up. Getting some skull action going. We are ready for a revenge raid. And let's see if we get some decent tasks here to try to get up to 2. Also turn some stuff in. Some stuff dropped off. And just delete this. Make a little bit of space. I'm kind of running low on, I'll say, storage space for these types of things. We've got some of these here. Again, let's just go get some basic materials dropped off. Get a few coupons, which is nice. I will never turn down the coops. And we can queue this up. Dude, just a lot of, kind of basic resource grind. I'm still working towards trying to get a bunch of copper here. Smelted down, ready to go. To help us out with making some of the coils that we need for getting our corrosor mod done. I'm hoping to have that complete here pretty quickly. I think I'm actually kind of narrowing in on it and don't have a ton left to do, so that is kind of nice. All right, let's get all that down. This put away. All right. Now that you've seen me organize, get pretty well close to it. Jog over here, drop this, good to go. All right. I am thinking this is a 1 spear action. Let's see if I'm right. There we go. Ooh, and full. We are up to full. on the Raiders. So that is pretty cool, actually. Let's get attacking. Let's grab the rest of what we put in here. Not bad. We'll make some iron here at some point, I am sure. So that's not terrible. Let's just double check and make sure. Yeah, we got a full thing there. That is pretty good. Anomaly season, like I talked about, I'm just really not interested in a whole lot we got going on here. And another one that like is probably just kind of ruined by the premium contract model. And I know a lot of folks are kind of about that, and I would agree. Okay, so 4th floor, get it cleared. Not bad. Make an armor set, not bad. Run around, find doggos. We can head immediately to the farm and grab one of these. One of the best ways I've seen to do this, and I've had some decent success with, is to actually head up to the northern regions and bounce back and forth. Husky puppies with the boost aren't the most uncommon. They're still hard to find, but if you run back and forth between the yellow and the red zone, I've had some decent luck at finding these. Obviously, aid boxes can help us to find some stuff too. So these 2 tasks are going to slow us down. This I can complete no problem. Make the iron hatchets, make the armor. Pretty easy to knock out. I don't know if I have an aid box. Do I have an aid box on the field right now? I may. Should be a first good one to grab. Let's see here. No, I don't. I do not. Maybe I missed my first one. I am not sure. We'll look to do that. But again, bouncing back and forth between these, I found a few. I found a few pups in the red zone, husky puppies in the red zone. So we may try to do that and see our luck, but we've got a few things to also get over here and get completed. And I gotta see what my healer has for me as well. Might be worthwhile to go. Oh, I do have damage done by firearms, so probably worthwhile to take that and try to go complete the 4th floor, because then we're just we're doing a little bit extra oof in our damage there to get that complete. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock that out. Hopefully you have enjoyed this, my little TED talk, I guess, about events and skipping things and never feeling bad about doing that. Hopefully you're enjoying. Thank you so very much for all the support. Hit that subscribe button. We have lots more Last Day on Earth content coming to you. We're eagerly awaiting scouting. I know I've talked about it quite a bit, and yeah, I'm hoping it's soon. It feels like it needs to be soon because we've got Halloween event coming up. We're gonna have Halloween and then like pretty quickly into Christmas, and then hopefully new major update with the boggy region. So I'm kind of hoping that once we finish up like Hunter's Instinct, maybe Anomaly event finishes up, maybe we're jumping into scouting. I don't know. That's all just my predictions, but we'll be back with more. As always, try to get a raid streak up and running. And yeah, thanks for checking this out. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.